ARMY heartbroken, Jungkook's reaction to Taehyung hugging Otani leaves fans shaken. The truth revealed. What really happened? When Taehyung hugged Shohei Ohtani, and why Jungkook's name refused to leave the headlines. Can a single hug shake the world? Can one fleeting moment, captured under the blinding lights of a baseball stadium, bring millions of fans to tears, ignite endless debates, and blur the lines between fact and fantasy? That is exactly what happened on the night of August 25th, 2025, when BTS's Kim Taehyung, beloved worldwide as V, stepped onto the pitcher's mound at Dodger Stadium. At first, the event seemed simple: a ceremonial pitch, a celebrity cameo, another intersection of sports and pop culture. But what unfolded on that field became so much more. It transformed into an emotional storm that pulled in not only baseball fans and armies, but also skeptics and journalists around the globe. The question burning in everyone's mind was this: what truly happened when Taehyung embraced Shohei Ohtani, and why was Jungkook's reaction the center of so much speculation? The night that changed everything. From the moment fans arrived, the stadium buzzed with more than just baseball energy. Yes, the Dodgers were set to face the Cincinnati Reds, but for many in the crowd, the real event wasn't on the scoreboard, it was on the mound. When Taehyung finally emerged in a Dodgers jersey with the number 7 stitched across the back, the roar of the crowd was deafening. It wasn't the usual cheer of sports fans. It was a sound more akin to a sold-out BTS concert. Even seasoned reporters later admitted that the energy in the stadium shifted the moment he appeared. With calm confidence, Taehyung picked up the baseball, adjusted his stance, and delivered a flawless left-handed throw straight into the catcher's glove. The pitch alone could have been the highlight of the night. Cameras flashed, fans screamed, and for a moment it seemed the story was over. But then came the moment that shook the world. The hug that stopped time. As Taehyung walked off the mound, towering near the dugout stood Shohei Ohtani, the Dodgers' global superstar and one of the most celebrated athletes alive. Their eyes met. A smile passed between them. And then, before anyone could fully process it, they embraced. It was brief, it was warm, and it was completely unplanned. In seconds, the hug was immortalized in photographs, clips, and fan edits. A collision of two worlds, K-pop and Major League Baseball, was suddenly frozen in time. To many, it symbolized unity across cultures. But to others, it stirred emotions far deeper, emotions tied not to sports or music, but to the bond between two BTS members, Taehyung and Jungkook. The viral reaction. Almost instantly, social media exploded. Hashtags like Taehyung at Dodgers and VX Otani began trending. But within hours, another storm began brewing. Jungkook reaction. Why Jungkook? Because circulating online was a shaky fan video that allegedly showed his expression during the hug. In the clip, his face looked serious, lips pressed tightly, eyes focused, his gaze seemingly following every second of the interaction. Some fans interpreted this as silent pride, a look of admiration and support. Others saw something else, a flash of sadness, a flicker of jealousy, perhaps even heartbreak. Had Jungkook truly been there? Had he watched it unfold with unspoken emotion? Or were fans once again building castles out of shadows, reading too much into fleeting expressions? Fact versus fantasy. As the theories spread, so did the misinformation. The truth? Jungkook was not at Dodger Stadium that night. Despite the storm of edits and recycled clips that flooded Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, there was never any official confirmation that he was present. In fact, many of the so-called reaction videos were traced back to older events, cleverly repurposed to fit the new narrative. Yet, by the time fact-checkers caught up, the emotional fire had already been lit. Fans across the globe were already in tears, already debating what the hug meant for the bond between Taehyung and Jungkook. And in many ways, that's what this story reveals. Not just about BTS, but about the deep connection ARMY has with the members. The emotional core. For over a decade, ARMYs have followed Taehyung and Jungkook's friendship with intense devotion. Every laugh, every glance, Every shared stage moment has been captured, analyzed, and celebrated. To fans, they are not just idols. They are part of a living story, one where every gesture feels like another chapter. So when Taehyung's hug with Ohtani went viral, it wasn't simply about sportsmanship. For many, it felt like watching a bond being tested in real time. The imagined reaction from Jungkook added another layer of emotion, even if it wasn't rooted in fact. And that's why tears flowed, not because Jungkook had been betrayed or heartbroken, but because fans projected their own longing, their own deep emotional connection onto the moment. The bigger picture. Beyond the speculation, what truly matters is what happened on that field. Taehyung delivered a perfect pitch. He stood under the floodlights of Dodger Stadium and reminded the world why BTS remains one of the most influential forces in global entertainment. His embrace with Shohei Ohtani wasn't scandal or drama. It was a gesture of mutual respect between two icons, one representing the pinnacle of baseball, the other the heart of K-pop. It was history being made. And while fan edits tried to spin a narrative of Jungkook's heartbreak, the reality is this. Jungkook has always been one of Taehyung's most steadfast supporters. Their bond, forged through years of hardship, triumph, and shared dreams, cannot be reduced to speculation over a hug. A lesson in modern fandom. This entire episode offers a reminder about the age we live in, an age where viral clips, selective edits, and emotional storytelling can blur the line between reality and fantasy in an instant. Fans are deeply invested, and that investment is beautiful. But sometimes, the truth gets buried beneath the drama. And the truth of August 25th, 2025, is not scandal, jealousy, or heartbreak. The truth is that Taehyung's appearance at Dodger Stadium was a celebration of sports, of culture, of music, and of the global unity BTS continues to inspire. The final word. So, what really happened when Taehyung hugged Shohei Ohtani? Nothing scandalous, nothing heartbreaking. What the world witnessed was a symbolic embrace, one that will go down as one of the most iconic crossover moments between pop culture and sports. And what about Jungkook? The rumors of his sadness, his alleged reaction, those belong more to fan fiction than to reality. What remains undeniable is his enduring support for Taehyung, a bond too strong to be shaken by a hug. The tears ARMY shed that night were not because of loss or heartbreak. They were tears of pride, of joy, of watching their idol shine on a stage no less grand than the global spotlight itself. In the end, this was not a story of jealousy, it was a story of triumph. A reminder of just how far BTS has come and how deeply their journey resonates with millions around the world. And that hug, brief as it was, will be remembered, not for what it supposedly cost, but for what it symbolized: unity, respect, and the unstoppable power of BTS.